#1 in the world taken to the lineup. Stephanie Gilmore on top of the Jeep leaderboard takes on Nikki Van Dijk and Manuel for a great matchup in round 3, heat number 2. Quarterfinal spots on the line for the top 2 competitors, and third place eliminated in this round.
Both Nikki and Malia have the same coach in Stace Galbraith. So Stace will be watching this one, and you know, you're gonna gotta like give each of those competitors their time.
Stace is awesome, right next to Maddie Bemrose, who will be in Coco's corner in the next heat. As we see the windup for Manuel, clean off the top, flowing through the whitewater well. And now looking for something fun on the inside. Her US Open win was still QS, so she wants to win it at the CT upgrade, meaning Championship Tour grade event. Looks like she's got a little bonus section, smiling her way through the Huntington Hobbs and loving the joy of surfing small waves.
Ah, impressive legwork there for Nikki. Then Malia, first turn, so strong, and that is an impactful maneuvers in the judges' eyes, just swinging that board around. This is the downtime here, just S-ing that board back and forth. Just beautiful transition of the rail from Malia. All of this work in between is so important to get you onto the inside, to get that last maneuver. You mentioned that smile on her face. Okay, so we didn't get to see this wave from Nikki. Let's see what she got done there. That's a bigger set wave for her. So whitewater climb on that second maneuver choice, bringing this one through to the inside. You can just see that her head is just bobbing back and forth. Am I going to go left? Am I going to go right? Here it opens up on her forehand. A little bit of a glitch on the rail, but then swings it around, finishes smooth on this event before, and you really do have to put that effort in to make the inside connection.
Steph Gilmore live, coming off those replays. Wanting to get back in this heat. She just had a wave before to 0.5, so working on her first couple of maneuvers. Just fading, S-ing out the back. Famous for having one of the best styles ever in surfing history. And that one's not going to give her that inside corner, so Gilmore still hoping for a better connection with a wave that'll let her get to the inside reform.
Finish just bringing it through with a lot of speed through that transition.
Now setting up the backhand from down the beach. Manuel adjusting her position and belting it. A solid backhand re-entry on that oncoming section. She always knew that whitewater was coming. Right now she wants those to stay with quarterfinal throwaways and not have to think about a 9th place result coming into play.
Definitely. I mean, she wants to be making a final, keep pace, have that world title in her sights. And Nikki and Malia just have such a stranglehold of this lineup at the moment.
Now just S-ing her way through that mid part of the wave where it slows down, but keeping her speed up, going rail to rail. Now just feeling out this inside track. Just taps it shut. That inside corner had multiple lips in it. It was really hard to coil up and belt it, so picking that nice clean finishing move was really a smart play.
See Nikki taking off on this wave, straight into another wave off the back of that 4.37 and doing 2 maneuvers on the outside. So Nikki is just in that money zone, finishing on the inside. So we could see her potentially improve her situation. I think she's going to drop a really great number. There it is, Joe.
Nikki Van Dijk, like you said, Rosie, just inside that top 10 picture. Coming into this event, equal points with Silvana Lima, so that tie will be broken. Here comes the flow from the Queen of Snapper Rocks. Snap out the back into a beautiful fading cutback. Looking like she's in control. All stylish. She'll fade and just hug this corner. Beautiful lines through this inside wall. This is what Gilmore was waiting for. Looking to finish. Jams it shut on the inside. A beautiful wave in motion. Gilmore finally getting the wave that she was looking for.
Yeah, I think Steph's been holding her breath for a really long time, waiting for that wave to show face, and she used her priority perfect. Steph surfboard, it's looking so smooth. But another thing, Nikki paddling for this wave, she kind of crumbled that section for Steph, but she was still able to get that first maneuver in. We know 2 moves on the outside, you're going to get some big points. Watch this smooth transition from Steph, the style that we've come to love. Just beautiful. Seeing her not take any time between. There's no tapping. It's more of an S-ing turn, rail to rail of a surfboard, and then finishing strong. So really great wave from Steph. When we look at what's been done in this heat so far, I like the fact that Steph was able to do those turns on the outside and then finish strong. Wow.
Catch up to Malia, incomplete on a big backhand re-entry. Trying to improve on a 4.5. So that wave's going to run through without her, but a lot of commitment on that first turn.
Even though what Steph is doing is so difficult to do, it can look... Let's see what Nikki gets done, and we'll get back to that.
Nikki Van Dijk 2 turns out the back through that whitewater section. And now looking for that reform opportunity. Already out front. Her goal here is to improve on her 6.33. Here comes the wind-up, big section on the inside, and she'll just redirect to get the landing. So a great example of Steph Gilmore having a smaller inside track. Nikki lined up a section that looked a lot bigger section to work with, and didn't really have to work too hard for a major move. So 16:25 remaining, round 3, heat number 2. Working out the quarterfinals here for the Vans US Open of Surfing in fun conditions here on Saturday morning. Deep on this one is Malia, catching up to Gilmore now further down the line. She'll just pace her way through this inside corner. She's hoping it's just going to open up, starting to reform for world number 1. Nice clean bottom turn, attacking the finish. Great timing, always making it look so easy. Definitely improving on a 2.77, which was her low score.
So Steph taking off, just gets that foam climb out the back, just that section coming down on her so quickly. It wasn't, you know, that off the top. It's good, but there's a lot of downtime on this wave to make this inside section. She does, however, make this turn count. Watch the drift of the fins right there, just snaps it forward. So that's a very difficult maneuver to do on a section like that. A lot of power and speed went into that.
Waves on the way. Priorities with Manuel in the white jersey. And the Hawaiian setting up her first turn. And over it, so straight out the back. Thought she identified a beautiful pier bowl right. Now priority goes right back to Nikki. It's already looking like that's laying down. That's kind of a tradition. You wake up in Huntington, you have a little south breeze, and usually by mid-morning, it's already dampening off as we get caught up with what happened during the break, Rosie. Malia Manuel fighting for her spot in the top 2.
That's right, just relegated into that third place elimination position. She's got to fight back and find a 5.23 to overcome Stephanie Gilmore in second place. She finds this inside connection, finishes. Oh, nope, the board gets snatched from underneath her. So incomplete. Don't think it's going to come quite into that range of the 5.23, but we'll see.
Ali and Coco have been battling with each other ever since they qualified for the tour a decade ago. This is Gilmore, clean off the top on her backhand. Fading through this inside corner. Needs an 8.07 to catch up to the lead for Nikki Van Dijk. So with that wave, she's hoping that she was going to improve on one of her 5s. Now Malia will have priority above Gilmore with 7 minutes to go.
This is a split peak, so Nikki elected to go right on her forehand. Beautiful first turn, smashing that lip. Downtown in between, waiting for this wave to open up, finding that connection, doing the roundhouse, staying in that power pocket. That's so important if you're going to get the push through onto the inside. Goes left, so she's already done a few maneuvers on her forehand. Now elects to go on her backhand.
They came off the final at J-Bay. Steph got her again, just like she did in Rio. And that's starting to make Lakey feel uncomfortable. She wants to take her on here at the US Open. Gilmore checking out the left. Quick climb over the whitewater. Open face hook. Throwing some water to the pilings. And she's going to hang in there using the whitewater well. It's already opening up for Gilmore. Clean wrapping turn. Hard off the bottom. Nice connection off the lip, and she'll get out of there. Nikki Van Dijk also on that exchange, trying to protect that top spot out front. Now Malia Manuel will have priority with 3:30 to go.
Both Steph and Nikki sharing this wave. Let's see, Steph on her backhand. Could have got a bit more projection on that first turn, but a lot of spray projected out of the fins on that maneuver choice. And then we're waiting to see if this wave was going to offer anything on the inside. Steph makes this transition, does the cutback, gets back to that power source, back to that whitewater to get her out on the green wall. Finishes on her feet, so it's going to be interesting. Do you think she'll improve?
I think she's taking off on makes sense. Her lowest score of 4.37. That's That's a keeper for a lot of these heats. She's had 5s, 6s, and her high score is 7-1-7. I love that call. Van Dijk takes a big win. World number 1 safe. Steph Gilmore advances on to the quarterfinals, and we lose Malia Manuel here in round 3, heat number 2.